the doghouse today. Today I'm going to figure out how to adjust these front brakes on the Fargo. I checked the internet. There's only one video that I can find on adjusting these brakes, and that's from back in the 50s, but they don't do a complete job on showing me what to do. They show me how to do it, but they don't give me any numbers. They don't give me any measurements to get started. So what I've grasped from it is that I have to get both shoes equal as far as the radius. And I'll show you what I got here on the Fargo here, so you can kind of follow me along. I hope this video works out really good. That way it'll be posted up there, and other people that have vehicles from back in the 50s and have the original brakes, they can follow this here and not go through the bullshit that I went through. But anyway, bear with me. I'll do the best I can, and hopefully it all works out. Okay, here are the brakes. Okay, here's the front brakes. We have one cylinder. We got two shoes. Here is the pivot point for each shoe. And as I pointed out before, these here are adjusted by a cam. You can see the cam right here. And that rotates around here. And what that does, when you take this cam and you rotate it, now the way you rotate it is there's a big nut at the back of the dust plate on both sides. So as you rotate this here, because of being a cam, it will push this shoe out. And as you rotate it back, as you rotate the cam back, it'll let this shoe in. The same on this side here. What my problem is right now is that whoever adjusted the brakes or put the brakes on whenever didn't have this here and this here equal. Like, because this here being my pivot point, these here, this here, and this here have to be equal as far as a radius. So say this here being the radius has to be equal. So I have to get 0 here and 0 here as I sweep my indicator. So I have to make up a tool to hold my indicator on the center hub here, so it'll spin around here, extend it out, and go on my shoes. I'll show you that when I get the tool made up. I am still running through my mind how I'm going to do it. I think I got to figure it out. But anyway, I have to loosen these here off in order to start anything. So I'll bring you back when I make my tool up, and we'll take it from there. Hang on. Okay, I found this piece of hardwood. I want to use hardwood because I have to drill a 1-inch hole in here in order to fit over top of the spindle. And hardwood won't wear away so quick. So I'll cut this here off and we'll go to phase 2. That's that. Now I want to drill a hole here to go over top of the spindle. So I can go over the spindle. My indicator will fit in the hole here, and hopefully that's going to work. Anyway, we'll go drill the big hole now. Hang on. And this drill press is a new addition to my shop a couple of weeks ago. I picked this up. Really like it. It's a Delta 14, nice floor model drill press. What I had from my dad, worn out. Okay, back in the truck. Let's see if this will work. I don't see why it won't. I know I'm screwing it on right now because the hole is so tight, but I'm going to go past the threads. At least I'm going to try to go past the threads onto the non-threaded portion of the axle. I just wish I could make it out of steel or aluminum, but I don't have any drill bits that big. There, that's going to fit. Now to adjust these arms. Okay, once I got this here set up, my piece of hardwood with the 3/4 inch hole here to fit over the spindle, I did a 15/32 hole, I believe it is, for my indicator holder, but you drill it whatever size you need for your indicator. Whether you're going to use an indicator or not, I don't know. But anyway, what I did, I set my indicator for 0 down here, and I rotated my indicator, because it's going to spin on this one here, on here. But I did notice that if I keep on going the same direction all the time with this holder, I'll either unscrew it or screw it in tighter, and that again brings the indicator from front to back, and it'll change your reading a little bit, but not enough to really screw you up. But you should start at the bottom, because this point here, that's stationary. That can move a little bit if you have to move it, but you shouldn't really try to move that. The main thing is you want to get the shoe to be close to a radius and a diameter total with the 2 shoes. So what I did, like I said, I set this here for 0, then I just turned it around, and whoops, I just moved it. I was about 1/10 thou out on here, about 1/10 thou out on the top, which is no big deal, because I've got these cams backed right off, so there is no pressure on the cam pushing the shoes out. So I got everything in its relaxed position, and so I should have a negative reading on here, which I do. I had -10, so the shoe is going inwards, like that way, towards the center of the hub. And the same with the other side. I put my indicator here at 0. I went up, and here I was about 20-some thou inwards, which is good. I didn't bore you with all that stuff, but if you have it where these here are wider than the bottom, well, then maybe your cylinder is not working properly, it's seized or whatever the case may be. But you could pull out on your brake shoes to see if they go out and in. But mine are fine. They're not leaking. I check for leaks and sort of stuff, and everything is fine. Once I get the hub back on and the wheel, then I'll adjust the brakes accordingly. And to adjust the brakes, back behind here is your adjusting screw, or bolt, not a screw. It's oops, sorry. That big bolt directly behind the cam, right there. Got one on either side. And you just turn them. And when you're turning them, because your cam is in the middle, where am I? Because your cam is in the middle here, you should turn it the same as you're turning a bolt to tighten it or loosen it. So if you want to make your your shoes come out more, you should turn your screw in the outward rotation if you're turning a bolt out, so it'll be counterclockwise. If you want your shoes to go in because they're grabbing too much, turn it the same as you're turning in a bolt. Turn it clockwise. That way, if you have to make little adjustments, you know which way you moved it the last time. It just makes it easier. I don't think that's a rule, but I think that should be a good way of doing it. If you want to, whichever way you want to move your shoe, that's the way you should turn your adjustment bolt on the back. But anyway, mine worked out good. I do have a bit of a drag on the shoes, and I have them backed off right now, but I've cleaned them all up and this sort of stuff, so hopefully I got rid of that drag. And I'll put everything together now, and we'll see what it's like. But you can see there's not two of these brakes. Just two bolts in the bottom, your two little springs here, one spring in the top, one cylinder. That's it. That's all. Very simple. Trouble is, you can't do any really fine adjusting on it. And then you have to adjust both shoes, your front shoe and your back shoe. And it just takes a little bit of messing around to get it set right. But anyway, that's as much as I figured out. So I hope this here will help somebody out that has these old brakes. I think they're on all the old cars in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. The Dodges, Chryslers, this sort of stuff, they have dual cylinders on the back. Some have dual cylinders on the front, so I should say just on the back. They're either on the back or the front. They'll have dual cylinders, one cylinder for each shoe. And I would imagine that'd be even harder to adjust because your shoes would be different, or your cylinders would be different, this sort of stuff. But I don't know about the Fords. But if you're having any problems, well then, I guess it's just a matter of, what I did, because these were out on the other side, they're out a wee bit, so I took a big bar clamp, and I clamped from shoe to shoe, and I tightened it in, and then it loosened it up. I guess it was just stuck for some reason. But anyway, I hope this helped somebody out, and if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.